More dialogue. Okay, so this is before the fight. This scene is canon. Can I get boobies like you? We know for a fact that Kampa's breasts become massive later, but even then they don't become that massive. As a matter of fact, I think Marvelous AQL might be the winner until Kishi, when she becomes Yellowheart, for largest breasts in the series. Which is funny until you realize that it kind of ruins the joke of Rebirth 1, where Vert is supposed to be one of the largest breasted individuals so far, so that Blonde calls her Thunder Tits. But then again, maybe it's a case of, listen, I know that for a lot of people, the original Neptunia story didn't age well, but for me, the fact that it didn't age well was a net benefit. It was supposed to be a look at culture at the time, which is not going to be a culture today, so the fact that it didn't age well is a plus, which is something that I can't really say for a lot of other series. And now I realize my game voice audio is probably too high. I'll have to lower it in a little bit. Okay, I think that I've fixed the audio issues, so let's continue on with more Tekken dialogue. Oh, isn't this the scene? Yeah, this is the scene where Tekken wants Nepgear to hit her, but she says, go ask Plutia for this sort of thing. And the fact that we don't get a scene of Plutia just absolutely dominating and violating Tekken is one of the biggest disappointments. But then again, they really need to keep their T rating, so I understand why they didn't. But could you imagine that fan fiction would never stop flowing in? That would be infinite free advertisement for the for the company, for this game specifically, of course. Oh, never mind. This is the scene where Tekken starts hitting Nepgear, not the other way around. Nepgear, if she says she's going easy, then she's not really training. I'm just gonna say it right now. You know, I've actually been in that position where you're wearing those gloves so that people can hit it. It's been a while since I've actually had to use those. And by that I mean probably a decade since I've used those. Okay, that's probably what it is. Been about a decade, but even I remember that my hands would ache after a while. But what if I miss? Nepgear, I think this is sexual harassment. You might want to get out of here. Oh no. Wait a minute. Hold on. I would be down to just show this CG completely, but I don't know what YouTube thinks. I think it's okay. There you go. We can't continue trading like this. Yes, you can, Nepgear. You can totally continue trading like this. It is not an issue. See, Tekken's out here with the mentality of feel the burn. It's good to feel the burn. I think if I keep getting hit by you, I'll feel even better. Something tells me that a woman wrote Tekken's lines. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Nepgear, take it. Take it. But then again, thank you, Nepgear. You know, now I realize, but I didn't just realize, but now I find it funnier. The scene in V2 where Kroar goes, "I'm surprised you remember that much, given how badly you were treated." Yeah, this is one of the biggest contention points with the Neptunia fandom when you ask them about this game. A lot of them really hate how Nepgear was treated. Look, I can take a joke. I understand that this is a joke because historically Mark II didn't get the best reviews. And one of their biggest critiques was that they found Nepgear to be very boring, so the writers decided to punish Nepgear for fun. People took it way too seriously because I don't think they can distinguish fantasy with reality. Maybe they can, maybe they can. In fact, I want to believe that more than half of them can, but I know that there are some who can't. And what ends up happening is they took that personally. I really think that some people took it personally because they didn't want, you know, their waifu Nepgear to be treated poorly. But then again, that's just other people. That's not me. I'm perfectly okay with how they wrote this game. I think this game's writing is fine. Like I said before, this game's writing is not as good as Mark II's or the originals, but that is not very easy to do, especially for the Neptunia series. As a matter of fact, I was really liking Sisters vs. Sisters, and then it did something I never thought it could do. It made me like Ram. It actually made me like the character of Ram. And that is not something that's very easy to do. If you know, I mean, prior to Sisters vs. Sisters, I actually had this, this very obvious and not subtle in any way version of Ram in my head that was just despicable. I genuinely wanted Ram not in as a member of the cast, just to remove Ram as a member of the cast. But then something clicked in Sisters vs. Sisters, and I just started to really like Ram as a character. So much so that my final party was just Nepgear, Ram, and Ram for pretty much 90% of the game. The only characters actually used in the party, to my knowledge, were Shanghai Alice and Higurashi in the post-game. And then for the main game, it was Nepgear, Ram, and Ram. I used Uni in the first episode for a little bit, and then I just completely dropped her at some point. And even more interestingly enough, most of the goddess characters, except for Neptune and Noir, never got played. I'm pretty sure that Vert and Blonde I never got to see their model. I am partially under the belief that I never saw Blonde and Vert's model in that game. And also, why did they have to do the limited edition holders of this game so poorly? Seriously, what did we do to deserve this? How come we can't get the DLC for the swimsuits, but every other version can? And then even better, why did the Switch version get so much good treatment that they actually get Maho and Anri as playable characters? I don't know, but that's just how things are. Now, hopefully Game Maker Revolution is the best game, because if it's the best game, I'll be pretty happy. I know it's a continuation of the Sisters vs. Sisters gameplay, and I'm very looking forward to it because I still think that Sisters vs. Sisters has the best gameplay in the series for the non-turn-based combat. Regarding turn-based combat, then I can say for certain that the best gameplay in the series is V2, followed by the original Neptunia. But that is more of a personal preference and nothing else. Also, hello Falcom. So for people who are just tuning in because it's been months, Falcom here was in the Mark II and Rebirth 2, but it was a much older Falcom, not this version of Falcom. Yeah, so now we have young Falcom as a character. And between young Falcom and, I'm gonna call the other one adult Falcom, I actually prefer young Falcom's design. I think it looks nicer, looks cleaner. Adult Falcom's design, I think, looks too much like Fire Emblem. Smaller. Yeah, the other Falcon is significantly older. Oh man, I spilled my tea. Damn, it's on my shirt now. That's gonna stain. That's bad. Either way, the otherworld me, stylish. Does Falcom have issues with her own, with how she presents herself? Very stylish and super cool woman. Okay. Now we know that Nepgear is just trying to make Falcom feel better. Rage Brigade. I think that's a reference to something, but I don't remember what the reference is. That's the best mentality, Falcom. Even if it's to yourself, you cannot allow yourself to lose. Losing is fine, but allowing yourself to lose is not. That's the point. Okay? It's like Mr. Miyagi said. It's okay lose to opponent, not okay lose to fear. And I agree with that statement. Okay. Actually, I think we do have adult Falcom in our team. Let me check. Hold on, do we have adult Falcom? We have Kid Falcom. No, we don't have adult Falcom in the game. Interesting. Good to know. Oh, right. Whoa. Yes, so very clearly this has been a while. I'll keep that. You... Falcon armor. Devil Lance. Sure, I'll check it out. And then everything else goes away. Alright, Stella, what do you got for us? Nice. Critical damage? Don't believe. Don't believe. Don't believe. Okay. I need to go back to Area 3 and clear it to complete it. I honestly don't remember how you're supposed to use this completely. Because, whoa, Crackle Staff is massive. Why am I not using that? Yeah. So apparently Blue Wolf Armor is the best vitality, so I'm keeping that. Counter. Yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna toss one of these. And just keep this one. Phyllis is fine. Start scouting. Alright. Let's leave her be. Let's look at our quest now. We have these ones. So, the problem with these ones is that these require you to fight some very dangerous enemies. So, New Magic Dampener is dropped by Killishin Mark II. We cannot defeat the Killishin. Nursing is dropped by the Nurse Binder. I do not believe we can defeat the Nurse Binder. I also don't believe we can defeat the Gargoyle, but I'll give it a go. If I game over at any of these, we're moving on and continuing the story. So Gargoyle is at the Swaho Mountain Peak Modified 1. Where is Swaho Mountain Peak Modified 1? I don't know. We're leaving Planetoon and moving on to the PC continent. What's here? Okay, we just found a new location. Screw it, we're adventuring in.